My name is Kieran Edwards. I'm a first year graduate at Novo Solutions, and I just recently graduated from the University of South Wales in computing and IT. I have a couple of people I know in the company, and they honestly can't say enough good things about the working environment, the work that they do, and the opportunities they've been given. It's fresh out the gates. You're allowed to choose what you want to do. You can move over to other stuff. Stay with what you want to do, and it was explained from day one that it's your career, it's what you want to do. And so it was just the environment, the people in there, and again, opportunities given that was the pushing factor for why I knew I wanted to work here. I pursued a career in technology in the first place because for years and years it has been my main focus of what I wanted to do. Ever since my GCSEs in 2013, when I actually had to choose them, which feels like an infinitely long time ago now. IT was the main one that I chose. It was the one that I knew I wanted to go into because not only do I enjoy computers and the ever-evolving space and technology, it was just the aspects of the coding, the working on the solutions, the projects, the management, your time management, everything about it was something that intrigued me. And then from GCSE through AS level to A level to college and then university, it was just something that I knew I wanted to pursue, was IT, because it's just something that really enjoyed me. And even through all these years of doing it, I still find it interesting. There's still new things I learn about, and it just keeps me on my toes. My biggest motivation at Novo, it would probably be to progress my career. I know a lot of people at points in their life are happy with where they want to stay, but as I've been speaking to Michael, my direct manager, he and I both said that I don't want to stay at the place I'm at. I always want to progress with what I want to do, whether it's learning new skills, learning different roles in the company, or even progressing on to more managerial positions in the future for me. It's just something that I really want to do, and it's my driving factor for why I want to do this. I was familiar with Oracle Cloud, but not with ServiceNow. But I wasn't familiar with Oracle Cloud in the way that I knew the intricacies and how it worked and didn't work. The previous company I worked at with the placement I had did Oracle EBS. And so some of the skills are transferable with that, as a lot of the functionality is still relatively the same, but obviously Oracle Cloud offers a lot more functionality that isn't available on EBS, as well as the benefits of being a cloud-based solution. So I knew about the functionality of Oracle, not specifically the finance sector, which is why I'm trying to learn that a bit more now. But sort of, I knew a bit more about Oracle than I did ServiceNow. Regards to ServiceNow, I did not even know that was a piece of software. But obviously, finding out more about it, it is quite cool to see. It's not just a ticketing software, which is what I originally thought when I first Googled it. It's a lot more than that, and it's cool to see the behind-the-scenes functionality of everything. Novo supported me with learning that at the moment. With already, I've been on a training course with the Oracle team. That was last week. It was a week-long course explaining the financials. And then I'm going on one next week as well, which is explaining the second part of that financials one. And considering that I'm 3 months at the moment into this, into the work, it's quite incredible to see that there's already pushing for learning about this Oracle solution. I know people that have been working at companies for 6 months to a year, and they still haven't been put on training courses for stuff that they actually need to do. But within 3 months, I was put on one. It would have been earlier, but I had to do some client work at Kent, and it kind of clashed with the dates. And that's also another one as well, is helping with the learning the solutions as well is the client work, because it not only you can see how the meetings are run when you go over and on these client sites, it also helps with understanding the background. You learn about the functionality that we can offer. When I was doing the expenses with Alex and Harry, I knew more about expenses in that 8-hour session or 7-hour session than I did in 3 years of helping people with finances in Oracle EBS. Yeah, I feel like I'm a very chatty person. I can sort of speak to people quite easily, and that's always something that I've enjoyed doing. And so having that client-facing role is actually quite the best of both worlds for me, where I can still help out with some background stuff because I still love the coding and the back work aspect of it. But I love speaking to people and learning that information, and so the client-facing work is one of the better things for it, especially when you know what's going on. So you can concentrate more on trying to help out instead of just listening in to learn what they're trying to say. My advice for people thinking of applying to be a graduate at Novo, I would say go for it. There's no downsides. I mean, if you get accepted, it's incredible. It's an amazing environment. Novo helps out as much as they can with not only how you're feeling, mental well-being, making sure everything's okay in personal and professional life, but also the opportunities, the advancements. Everything about it is just perfect for someone just breaking into the industry, because it's not hand-holding. Novo doesn't hold your hand through the whole thing and explain every little bit to you. They'll give you the basics and they'll push you to go and find it yourself. And then if you struggle, you can come back and the help is there when it's needed. I'd say the people that I work with, we have what's called the Dynamo Award here, where we can nominate someone who we think has been a crucial part of helping the company. And I'm so sad I can only put one nomination in, because I wish I could put one in for 8 or 9 people that I've interacted with. Not only just peers, but managers, people with C in their title, which for regular companies, you never have that opportunity. But people with C in their title, they help out as much as possible. They'll answer your questions as quickly as they can, and they'll interact with you, which isn't something you normally get as an opportunity in a lot of companies. So it's just, the people here are just incredible. If Novo was an animal, I'm thinking some kind of bird. Thinking some kind of bird. I'd have to say probably an eagle or a falcon, for the only reason of it's relaxed when it needs to be. You can rest, you can recover, you can make sure everything's okay. They help with the chicks in the nest, i.e. the graduates and apprentices and the new people at the company. But when it's time to really lock it down and get it sorted, the eagle and the falcon are ready to go. They can hunt, gather with incredible efficiency, and that is what it feels like here. Everything just moves along at a pace it needs to, and then when it comes time to move it forward, it moves. How do Novo's brand values match my values? I'd say with the progression, the work environment, and I feel like I've said it about 4 million times in this short interview, but the people as well, they all have that aspect of everyone is still learning. No one is at a point where they can't learn anything new. So nobody is going to expect you to know everything under the planet. Everybody will help you when they can. And that's a value that I think is great, is everyone is still learning. My mentor is Michael Hesman, who is the head of ERP for finance. I don't have enough good things, or I have too many good things to say about Michael. It would be an hour-long interview if I said everything that was incredible with his style. He not only helps me, but if I'm struggling with something, then he's more than happy to step in, help me out as much as needed. If I have any queries, any questions, he is there all the time to answer them. I can message him at 6 o'clock at night or 6:30 and say, listen, I'm really struggling with this thing that I've been working on for ages, and he'll jump on in a heartbeat and say, yep, I'll help out with that. He doesn't expect me to know everything. He's happy teaching me everything I need to know, and already he's pushing for the amount of stuff that I can do. He's pushing for that to do, such as the Birmingham client is, I would never have been a part of that normally, but he pushed for that to get me involved in that aspect, to see more client work than what some people do experience. Kieran Edwards.
Perfect, that's a strong clap. We're off to a strong start.
It's exactly. My biggest motivation at Novo, and I'm not allowed to say money.
Yeah.